Hey, how you guys doing? It is the Video Game Junkies, and this is our first ever episode of our gaming talk show that we're going to be starting here. The voice that you are hearing now is none other than Necromascot, aka Cool Hand Cthulhu, aka Luke, and
the voice you're hearing now is Evan Uno, or Evan or Uno. Either of those things work. I'm not really picky on it.
So you're probably wondering, what the fuck are we listening to? Why are we listening to this? Why are we wasting our time of a channel that's just now starting?
I want my money back. I'm gonna report you to Twitch's guidelines.
Well, as you guys know, this is a gaming talk show, and we want to give you guys the best quality content that we can at our power and at our will. And pretty much what we're going to be trying to do is probably one episode a week, something like that, if we can make that happen.
Yeah, hopefully.
Obviously, schedules will change depending on events happening in our life between work and other, things. But the main goal is just to provide you guys with info, entertainment, and other such things. So, with that being said, let me give you a little bit of background on ourselves, just so you kind of know what you guys are going to be getting into.
Yes.
I'm gonna let Evan Uno take the front on this one.
Hello, my name is Uno. I'm not from Chicago. Jesus. Okay, so that was very funny to Cool Hand over here, or Necro. But I'm sorry about that. So in terms of video games, I like a lot of things like Sonic and Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts. I like the very Japanese stuff, if you catch my drift. Mario is I'm more of a fan of 90s, 2000s Mario. There have been a couple of titles in the 2010s of Mario that I've really liked, but some days of the week I'm just more of a fan of spin-off Mario, and you're gonna have to, for this first episode, bear with my wired mouth shut. By next episode, maybe by 2 episodes later, I'll be able to speak like a normal human being again, but yeah, just don't worry about that. So yeah, I'm big on a lot of not all of the mascot platformers, but I'm just a fan of things that are more, I guess you could say, cartoony. I'm not as big on hyper-realism games, but I don't think that's bad. I just I don't like that many things, but I'm super fixated on the things I do like. I'm bad with impromptu. Go ahead.
It's good. So this is Cool Hand, or Kyo, whatever you guys prefer, or Necromascot. So pretty much, I'm a big fan of fighting games. I'm one of them, probably in our group that we have, I'm probably the biggest fighting game fan that we have.
Oh yeah.
My main games are mostly Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, but I also play a lot of RPGs. One of my favorites is Final Fantasy IX and Final Fantasy VII. 10 is slowly becoming up there for me. I'm doing a little small playthrough right now. I'm a big Capcom fan as well, so Resident Evil is also big. I loved the remake. And actually, our third member, who is not with us right now, but he will be joining us shortly, Logan, or Toxicated Zebra, as he likes to be known as, actually is a very critical reviewer when it comes to video games, I feel.
Absolutely.
And he would love to talk about Resident Evil on one episode, and he says he has so much that he wants to talk about as far as the remake versus the original, which I think will be a great episode when we do it. But today we just figured we just kind of give you guys an idea of what we're doing with this, and we hope that you enjoy everything that we can bring to the table for you. Logan is actually on his way now. Should be here momentarily. He was a little late to the get-together, but yeah. It's okay. Things happen. And he'll kind of pretty much just give you the idea of what he's like, what he enjoys. He's a big Mega Man fan. We know that for a fact.
He's a mega fan.
Ooh, high five to that one. Hey. So, but yeah, what else do I enjoy? I actually, believe it or not, I'm a big fan of racing games as a small thing. I used to play a lot of Gran Turismo when I was younger. I played a lot of, Crash Nitro Kart, things like that. Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube is a big thing that I used to play.
Me too.
I'm trying to think what else I used to play a lot when I was a kid. Jet Set Radio. I love the Jet Set Radio franchise as a whole. I think it's one of the best IPs that Sega has ever done. Sega, if you're watching this, I'm waiting for my third game.
Jet Set Radio past, because we have Jet Set Radio and then we have future, but now we gotta go back to the past.
Well, like Evan said, I would love a third Jet Set Radio. It might not happen, but maybe one day my wishes will come true. Other than that, I like Sonic as well. Like, you know, however, I'm not as big as a dedicated fan. I'm a fan of like Colors, for instance, and the racing games like All Stars Transformed. I really enjoyed.
Some of the best spin-offs are the Sonic racing games made by Sumo Digital. I will actually fight people on this.
Yeah, I will admit they've done a really good job, and we're excited for Team Racing. I think
Team Sonic Racing is going to be good. In fact, that should be what we do for this episode. Talk about games we're looking forward to.
Actually, I like that. Let's do that, Evan. In your opinion, what is a game that you are looking forward to the most?
So I think that since Kingdom Hearts 3 has come, it's not gone yet, not by any stretch of the imagination, but since Kingdom Hearts 3 is out, and that was the colossal thing I've been waiting for, Team Sonic Racing is definitely a big one, because they delayed that for like 5 or 6 months, so I am keen on seeing what they've changed with it, because I know Sumo Digital is going to do a good job. They made the Sega All-Stars Racings, so there's no reason to distrust them with Team Sonic Racing. And speaking of racers, I'm looking forward to the Crash Team Racing remake.
I am as well.
Coming out literally a month later, so it's like, we got Team Sonic Racing, we got Crash Nitro Racing, and then, honestly, I guess it's also dependent on what Pokemon Gen 8 is, because I want another good Pokemon game again. I want another, like, good Pokemon game again. Not one
like Emerald good?
Yeah, not one that's just like, oh, this is good for one playthrough, I guess, and that I never want to touch it again. I want another longevity-based Pokemon game that doesn't pad itself out with the really shitty tutorials. You heard me, Sun and Moon.
Ooh, shady and frozen.
Team Sonic Racing, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, that's what it's called. Pokemon Generation 8, I guess Luigi's Mansion 3 would do?
I want Luigi's Mansion to go back to what it was in 1. 2, I hear people have mixed feelings on it. I hear some people say it's really good. I hear some people think it's just okay. I've heard some people say it's not that good.
A lot of people don't like that it's like mission-based. Like, instead of having one area you explore throughout the entire game, it's sort of like you have to find ways to unlock it, which I think is cool design, because a lot of the doors are locked and stuff. Like, it's just one big area, but Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was mission-based. I've beaten Dark Moon. It's very good, I'm not gonna lie, but it's definitely a change in tone from the original. So, and I guess that's what put people off.
So, since we're on Luigi's Mansion, I guess I'll talk about my games that I personally, like, I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 3, I will agree, I am excited for. I was a big fan of the original. We actually, you and I, not too long ago, did a playthrough of it.
Yeah.
Not on, like, a channel, we just did it on our own one night. We were just like, fuck it, let's play it. And we did. We had fun. I'm also really excited for Mortal Kombat 11. After that community reveal event, I was so stoked. I was like, give me more, I want more. I'm excited about Sonic Team Racing as well. Like I said, was a fan of Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed. I think it was really good. I hope that they can bring more to the table with Team Racing. The Crash Racing game I'm really excited about. Let's see, what else is coming out? I know that, like, they're putting a lot of the Final Fantasies on the Switch. I think I'm excited to see how that's going to be played out.
But they're missing Final Fantasy VIII.
You know what? There's a reason Final Fantasy VIII isn't on it. And to anybody that thinks Final Fantasy VIII is a good game, I want you to comment below why you think Final Fantasy VIII is a good game.
Are we going to get some people on the podcast immediately having a debate on why Final Fantasy VIII is good? Give me
reasons why Final Fantasy VIII is good. Please, I would love to hear what you guys have to say, because I, for one, am not a fan of 8. I will admit, I am not a fan of 8. I love 7, I love 9, I'm beginning to love 10. 8, not so much. We look at that as the black sheep of the PlayStation era, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, 12 and 11, or 10-2 is, like, super good, and, like, well, 10-2 is actually, we'll discuss that at a different time. I think Logan said he wanted to do an episode on Final Fantasy games and, like, why they're good. Specifically, he wants to talk about 7, because he's replaying 7. It's been, what did he say? It's been a while since he's played 7, so he doesn't remember a lot of it at all. So, there's that. Trying to think what else. Oh, I'm trying to think what else I'm excited for. Well, obviously, Resident Evil 2 Remake came out. Was very excited about the Resident Evil 2 Remake. I loved it. I loved every inch of it. I think it is what a remake should really be aspired to be honest.
I can see that.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm looking forward to. However, we haven't gotten news of it in God knows how long. Like, major, groundbreaking, like, development news. So, my hopes are high, but it's just, it feels like it's taking forever.
But hey, since you know that Kingdom Hearts 3 is done, didn't they say they were doing some news in April for FF7 Re?
They did, but God knows what that news could be.
It's canceled!
Fuck! Don't do that to me. But, other than that, I mean, we haven't really gotten, like, big news announcements about, like, anything that, like, I'm looking forward to. Like, obviously, we're going to get a Call of Duty game at the end of the year. I mean, I'll probably end up buying that just because I have a younger brother. Let's see. What else will probably be coming out? Metroid Prime 4 or 3?
Kill me.
Yeah.
I actually did want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah? What you want to talk about?
Okay, so here's the thing. I've never played a Prime game in my life, but so far, Metroid Prime 4's development cycle just baffles me. So at E3 2017, we get like an animated logo of it. That's it. We know that it was being made by Nintendo, not Retro Studios, which did the first 3. And then, for more than a year, no news on it. Not even like any screenshots or any updates on what it's going to play like, just nothing. And then they come out at the beginning of the year and say, oh, we're scrapping the entirety of it, and now we're giving it to Retro Studios to make. So it's like, okay, out of all the games Nintendo has put out, this is the one that they're the least proud of, to the point where they're not even like, oh, we're going to give Retro Studios our assets so that they can make something out of it. No, just like, we're starting from square one. Like, was it that bad, or was it that not what you wanted?
Here's what I think it is. They seen what Retro Studios has done with the first 3 games, and they were very happy with what they've done for the first 3 games. I hear Metroid Prime 2 is phenomenal. I've never played a Metroid Prime game. However, I really want to take a day where I do go back and I play them. I hear they're phenomenal. And you know what? They probably are. However, scrapping it does not mean that that's a bad thing.
Right.
Retro Studios knows what they want in a Prime game because of what they've done in the past. Correct? So, with that being said, maybe they saw Nintendo's plans so far and they were like, this isn't really what we do, let us show you. And as they were showing them, Nintendo was like, you know what, you guys seem to know what you're doing. Why don't we just kunk and just take our ideas and let you go over it? Maybe that's what they were thinking.
I guess what baffles me the most is that they didn't even have anything to show for it, so we couldn't gauge on like what the game was going to be like. Like, no footage, especially like early behind-the-scenes footage. No screenshots, like nothing besides an animated logo. And I guess another question is, why didn't you just give the project to Retro to begin with? Like, why did you think that you could do it in-house, and then you're like, okay, we don't like this. Hey, Retro, what are you doing? We're working on another game. Why? Too bad. You're working on another new game now. Well, shit. It confuses me. I don't know. It's
definitely a baffling situation for sure. I can understand that. I think one of the biggest things though we have to keep in mind is that it has been a long time coming, and it's finally coming. So we just need to wait. It's like Final Fantasy VII Remake. We got news of it in 2015. We haven't heard jack shit in like 5 years. It feels like we're gonna get it in April. It just takes time. All you people out there that have been waiting for sequels and waiting for games to come out that have been out for... Well, look, Kingdom Hearts 3 for a second, though. Kingdom Hearts 3, people were waiting for like, what, 13, 14 years?
Like, metaphorically, yeah, but the thing is, it hasn't been in development since, like, 2006, 2007. It started in 2013, and then they were like, oh, we still gotta finish up Final Fantasy 15, because we finally know what the fuck we wanted to do with that game now. And then when 15 wrapped up development, they were like, now we can finally get full throttle into Kingdom Hearts 3.
Well, now they can get full throttle into 7 Remake.
Exactly.
Which also is another thing that we're going to talk about, remakes versus originals. I think is another topic thing we're going to do. And that's what we're going to use Resident Evil 2 as a prime example for. And then we'll talk about Final Fantasy 7 Remake and what like me and Logan want for it. Because Evan here has never played Final Fantasy 7. He has it. I don't think you've touched it though, right? You haven't had the time.
A lot of shit has just sort of come into me, and I don't want to go into it. Okay, so a lot of shit has come into my life, and I don't want to go into it thinking like, "Look, I got it."
Okay. Sorry, our computer screen went black, and it was a little worrying, and I didn't want
I understand that definitely.
Yeah, I didn't know you were losing recording, but it seems like we're okay for the most part.
So my boy here got me Final Fantasy VII for Steam when it was on sale, and I can't thank him enough for that.
I figured it was I got him. It was a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? You never played 7. 7's a good game. Let me do that for you.
And I thank you for that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I wanted to give it an honest to goodness chance, because the most I've played of a Final Fantasy game is like the first couple hours of Final Fantasy 15, and I want to go with something a bit more classic. And I want to go into it with a good mind. I don't want to have to go into it because, like, my jaw's been wired shut, and it's just like winter blues, and I'm just sort of like, I want to give it an honest chance and not have anything in my outer life cloud my judgment. So I'm gonna be like, oh, this game is shitty. Oh, they're talking too much. Oh, the battle system's weird. I want to go into it and give it an honest to God chance.
And that's completely understandable. Coming from a Final Fantasy fan himself, I completely understand wanting to go into it with a clear mind. That's how I felt when I played 13 for the first time. I'm not a fan of 13. I don't hate 13, but I'm not a fan of it. I understand the liking for it. I just don't think it's a good game, but it's a bad Final Fantasy, if that makes sense. It's one of those situations where, how does one word this properly? It's one of those situations where it could have been something amazing, and to me, it just felt like it was missing something.
Yeah. It's like how people say Super Paper Mario is a good game, but it's a bad Paper Mario game. Which is like, I agree with that. But it's like, they opted to do something different, but put the label of, like, Final Fantasy 13 on it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. I think, well, we don't know where Logan's at. He texted us and said he was on the way as we were doing this, so I don't know where he went. But I think what we will do is we'll wrap this up. You kind of have an idea of what we are. We're going to do longer episodes, I think, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
But this, we just figured for an introductory type thing, we just want to be able to give you guys a taste of what's to come, what to expect, and who we are, and how we plan to do things. We'll try and keep you guys as updated as we can on social media. You can follow me, Coolhand, at CoolhandCthulhu_ on Instagram. You can find me on Twitch at KYOMAN717. I usually stream there pretty frequently on my Xbox and my PC.
He's a good guy.
You can follow Evan on YouTube at Evan Uno, which...
Yeah, I'll talk about how to spell it. So it's EVAN, which, trust me, a lot of people spell wrong. So it's EVAN, capital U, lowercase n, and then a 0. So it looks like Uno, but it's spelled UN0. So that's YouTube. Because of my wires, I haven't uploaded in a couple months, but I think that my return video is going to be talking about why the Donkey Kong Country cartoon is good. At least to me. So, when I get my wires removed, expect that. If anyone wants to know what content they're getting in the store, I gotta continue my Final Fantasy 15 playthrough, because I didn't hate it, it's just that when I started to play it, my life kind of went to shit.
It's alright, though. He's doing better, though.
Yeah!
Oh, look who finally fucking showed up.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you have things to do in life.
Yeah, I guess. So, now that Logan is here...
What's up?
Let's let him give you an introduction of himself, if you would, please.
Okay. Hey, my name's Logan. I like video games. I don't know what else to really say much about that. Games I'm looking forward to, or games I'm playing right now. Right now I'm playing some Stardew because I like to take my time with that game. I am playing Apex Legends because that's the hot topic right now.
That is a fun game.
Yeah,
that's an episode we should talk about is Battle Royale games. Why they suck except for Apex Legends.
And
as
right,
Evan
Fortnite.
Floss dances in front of us, how dare you?
I'm gonna kill myself.
And there's one more game I'm playing right now.
Final Fantasy
Final Fantasy 7. You're right.
Yeah.
The original,
Yeah.
not the remake.
Not the original Final Fantasy 7.
No, he has
Not
the
that
remake.
cinematic, possibly poo-poo game.
He has the
Possibly.
remake. I'm sorry.
Games I'm looking forward to. Currently, I guess, Devil May Cry 5 is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Really?
Probably as like in like the far future, or like the close future. I mean,
What about
That's
Far-
it. March.
that or like Animal Crossing. Other than that, there's not much really on my radar.
What are some of your favorite games?
Some of my favorites.
Yes.
Halo 3 is one of them. Halo 3 is my favorite game, and then the other, like, Shadow of the Colossus is another one. Super Mario 3D World is another one. And
64.
Overwatch is another one. 64 is great. I love Mario 64. Yeah,
Mega Man's.
Mega Man's. I play a lot of games. It's really hard to be.
Yeah,
I
know.
play many games, friend.
We
I'm
mentioned-
not very biased when it comes to games, except for
I
like.
told him that we were Capcom fanatics.
Oh yeah, I'm a bit.
Oh, yeah,
Capcom is great.
Third Strike, baby!
Third Strike, Mega Man X,
Marvel
Resident
vs.
Evil
Capcom
2.
2.
Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
You never told him about the magical game you played. It starts with an M, technically.
The magical game.
That starts with an M, technically.
Technically.
Technically, what are you talking about?
Melee!
Oh, Super Smash Brothers. Yeah. Listen, that game is bad, but it's great. Okay, that game is just terrible, but it's also amazing. What a game Melee is, but
So there you there you have it. The Video Game Junkies, the three of us, we plan to give you, like I said, some wholesome content. This is definitely for the more hardcore gamer, I feel. This is definitely for also casual fans as well. But if you guys like hearing topics that are discussed as far as what is it? Like, things compared to this, why certain games excel versus other games. We just like to have a lot of topics and debates a lot. We'll even do some movies every once in a while. We'll do, like, I know Logan here loves Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is
I mean, his movies are really good. I love Jurassic Park. I love Jaws. They're good movies.
Yep, and then you have...
I'm not the biggest movie guy in the world.
No, but we keep up with some of it.
I mean, I do keep up with certain movies, but
like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know Evan here isn't the biggest movie buff in the world.
I mean, I'm not a
but-
big Marvel guy. I don't really keep up. I keep up with them just like for pop culture's sake.
Yeah, that's,
But like,
that's how I feel
I
now.
look at Marvel movies. I'm like, I mean, they're all right.
Yeah,
I enjoy
the
them.
Spider-Man movies. I think
Spider-Man movies are good. Yeah,
They're very good.
Can I borrow these napkins?
Yes.
Just to put it. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, Evan needed to clean up a little bit of a mess that was made, but it's okay.
Just want to make sure my drink has something to sustain itself.
But other than that, I think that's pretty much the introduction of us. I think that's pretty much everything we all have to say about ourselves. You all kind of have a taste of what's to come and what hopefully you will enjoy, and you will grow with us as we continue to grow as a channel per se. And yeah, other than that, this is, I think I speak for all of us. We thank you so much for listening. I was about to say watching, but you're not really watching. I guess you're more listening. Thank you so much for listening to this. We do plan on doing this for God knows how long we can do this. But like I said, thank you so much, and that comes from all three of us. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of day, night, whatever the hell you're at. Because God forbid we go worldwide on this shit.
Actually, in my time zone, it's 4:30 a.m.
No one gives a fuck about your time zone.
All right, bye.
Have a good night, guys.
Oh, God.
Yeah, good night.